DC and Warner Brothers really needed a win with this film, and in my opinion, they succeeded. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you guys my non-spoiler review on the Blue Beetle. What a movie, guys. All I can say is it was great. It was awesome. I had a fun time with it. And for all the times when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes and all them, like always, as I said with myself, screw what they say. I'm going to go to see the movie and form my own opinion, and I'm glad I did. And I say to you guys, screw what they say. Go see it for yourselves and form your own opinion of it. Because for me, forget what they said, forget what it is they don't like about it, whereas most of the stuff in there I liked. Was there some minorities things in there that were kind of cons? Yes, there were, but not enough to bring the movie down, mind you. Because as I've always said, never give a movie a perfect score, there's always room to improve, but this movie was still good despite some of the small cons it has in there, which I'll get into, as I said, in a non-spoilery way. But having said that now, let's just get into the fact on a superhero origin film, which when I think about it, it's been a while since I've actually seen one of those in theaters, because the last one I saw, this wasn't in theaters, this was actually on the streaming app of Disney Plus, that being Miss Marvel. That's at least the one I can remember the most of. And the last one that I really ever saw in theaters was Shang-Chi, which was a good movie too. I actually give that an 8 out of 10. But this one just felt like a real refresher, like what you really needed in something. And I don't know if it's in the terms of, because it's been a while since it's been one from DC or Marvel, but it was a real great refresher. It was all about a superhero origin film. A kid who was having a normal life and just coming back home to find his family struggling, and then discovers powers, finds a love interest, and discovers his destiny. And that's exactly what this was all about here. Blue Beetle was just amazing. The guy who plays in Cobra Kai as Miguel, I don't want to say his name because I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right, and I don't want to butcher it like that. Either way, you can feel some of the vibes in there from his Cobra Kai times in there, right in this film here too. And he just played Jaime Reyes so well. It just can't wait to see him in a sequel, because we do get a sequel in this due to a post-credit scene. Yes, there is a mid-post-credit scene in there, and a post-credit scene, I don't know. I had to leave early after that, because unfortunately things just happen. All the same though, what a film. It was just amazing. But what was the star of all of this? It was Familia. Yes, La Familia, people. And one of the things I liked about it was Hispanic family sticking together through everything they go through, as this film shows the struggle of a Hispanic family having to deal with rich people taking over things with money and power and everything. But no matter what, this family stuck together through and through. And Jaime's family, the cast members, they all had such wonderful chemistry together. I was just like into it. I could just feel the bond of Familia they had in them. It was just unbelievable, amazing and stuff. And I also like in how the fact that this is all about a Hispanic family, so it tucks into the cultures of Hispanic and everything. Even with some of the jokes, like I don't know too much about Hispanic, but I know a bit of knowledge of it, that I could see some of the jokes that were hitting there, and I was just like, all right, this is fun, this is awesome, it's great. And even more so, each of these family members had their time to shine. You had the father, who was pretty much the breakout, well, I would say not the breakout, probably second breakout, if not third breakout star of that family. Because really, he really helped Jaime when it was really time for him to embrace his destiny. And he really made sure to tell him about, no matter the struggles, Familia always sticks together. When you got your Familia together, you are able to do anything. You're able to make it through anything, no matter how tough it may be. And boy, did he hit that part on. And yes, I would say the one that's not doesn't have as much of a moment, but still got her moment to shine was Jaime's mother. And yes, Jaime's mother, like I said, not really much of a moment to shine in some spots, but you could still recognize her being there, and she really took the moment to really give Jaime the motivation he needed during the third act there. And then you got his sister. Oh yes, great relationship between those two who played as Jaime and his sister. You can see the chemistry there, and also how she views rich people and stuff compared to how it will become at the end of the film, and how she actually comes to accept some different things, find things aren't as they appear to be. Oh, and she also gets her moment to shine in the final act too. But I think the breakout stars of them all are one, Nana. Oh, do not mess with Nana. Here's an example.
Bust it down, bust it down.
Nana?
I advise we back away.
And yeah, you better believe it. You better believe those scenes I just showed you. They pay off. They pay off very well. Because when Nana gets in that gets into her mode, she really shows that, oh yeah, when it's time to get serious. And you'll know exactly what I mean for those of you who haven't seen the movie yet. And for those of you who have seen the movie, you already know what I'm talking about. But yes, breakout star in all the family besides Jaime, the comedy relief who really made this movie shine bright for when they got to the seriousness. George Lopez as the uncle. Oh man, anytime he was just in that scene, I just had such a fun time. It just brought me back to those times on his show as George Lopez, man. Oh man, I couldn't even begin to put it into words. All I just know, it was so fun seeing him. And yes, anytime there was some seriousness, there he was to jump in the fray, to make some lightheartedness in it. But despite the fact he was also a comedy character, he had some very knowledgeable things to say there, and was very helpful for Jaime as he was coming into his role as well. That's actually how all the family were. They all help him come into the role with his whole Blue Beetle character. Just great stuff, especially during the final battle. Oh yes, the final battle. What great action and what special effects CGI as Jaime makes all those different sorts of weapons and everything. And as a matter of fact, with Jaime, you look at him, he really is the Spider-Man character in the DC universe, because that's what I've heard people say before. And with some of the few comics I've read, I don't have that much knowledge on him in comics as I do from Young Justice and a few movies with him in the Teen Titans and stuff, but I did have enough to know that, yeah, he seems to be like he could be that character, the Spider-Man of the DC universe, and he definitely is, mind you, and that was great stuff to see, especially considering his love interest with Jenny Cord, who also has Familia ties in this family. Excuse me, unfortunately for her, it's in the realms with the antagonist of the film, that being Victoria. And I'll just go ahead and mention in a con on that spot. One of the cons in the spot is that while we did get some character with Victoria, it just didn't feel like as much good of a character depth as we would want. Because as you see the relationship with her and Jenny, you notice there's just something there. They have different ideologies and stuff that it makes them clash and everything, but also she says some things that made you want to at least get some flashbacks or stuff to have a better understanding of her, because when you look at her and how she is, she's kind of saying the same things that it makes it all one-dimensional, unfortunately. But while that's not good on her end, luckily the main villain that Jaime faces, the Olmec guy, oh yes, he was a villain to remember. And it's funny how when you see this movie, you're going to be surprised. Because yeah, he doesn't really say much, but that's the power of him. He didn't need to say much. His presence alone was enough to make you see and know the story. Just by his intimidation look, you get scared of him at first, and then as you go in further in the movie and see things, you can already tell the story, and then it's even brought to us more near the end of the battle, in the final battle with Jaime, to where to the point of what he said in the trailer, how the love for his family makes him weak, but it is in the end Jaime going to show him that no, it makes him strong, and man does he deliver on it. It was just unbelievable stuff there. And yeah, you can also know, for all those who know about Blue Beetle, especially Jaime with the Scarab, is that they have that relationship in there. Unfortunately, though, that's another one of the cons in this one. They do have it in there, and they do talk to each other, mind you. It's just not as in depth as it is in as it was, as you've seen in season 2 of Young Justice, or in the Teen Titans movies he's been in, and in the comics he's been in. And I would like to hope that in the sequel that they make, because I believe they are making a sequel, because when you see the post-credit scenes, it'll give you some hints to say that this is our idea of a sequel. And while I know it hasn't been doing good in the box office, I would still like to think that with some of the reactions that hopefully James Gunn has seen, and if he's already, and I know he's seen the movie, then this will make him confident to go ahead with the sequel. Because yeah, Jenny Core, being Ted Core's daughter in this film, has some moments to shine here too. We get her own character and stuff in there. A few little things here with her and Jaime in the terms of love interest, but to see how it gets more in depth, I hope for that in the sequel, just as we will find out more about our family come in the sequel. All the same though, guys, it was a great movie. Awesome stuff, but I'm going to just go ahead and stop right there, because if I go any further, I'm just going to start going into spoiler territory. But no mistake, guys, please go out of your way to see this. It was fun. It was great. For a movie critic standpoint, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. From a DC fan side of me, I give it a 9 out of 10. But now, having said all that, guys, let me know what you guys think of it. If you've already seen it, or if you plan on seeing it and then want to give me your thoughts, leave them in the comment section down below. Until then, if you enjoy my videos, all you gotta do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. And until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye.